Um, dream, guys. And this is a little bit of trade recap that we did. Like, just keeping it as a recap, right, for educational purposes. So, on Friday, this was actually analysis, because I was thinking that price would at least was uh rejecting from this sort of from this fair value gap. I was thinking price would have, take out this SR liquidity. So that was my objective. So that was the reason why I posted this analysis when I did post it. So on okay, on 4 hour time frame. So we had this V shape, right? V shape reversal. So I was thinking price is going to, close below this place and then returns, give a shallow move upwards, then start dropping downwards. But that wasn't the case scenario. So even if you look at this price, you'll notice that the market was actually bullish. But that was my mistake because already we have a sweep here, this particular point. And then we had the major breakout structure here. So everything that was occurring right this place was actually a retracement to continue higher. So then I was selling. I was going to sell from this point to this point, which got me done, right? Then I got stopped out. So that was actually it. So moving uh, on the chart. Okay. So on the daily time frame. So I'm going to clean out this thing here. So on a daily time frame, you'll notice that we have this. If you take a look at this range and this range here, this side and this side, or even this one. So the whole time price was just, you know, consolidating uh below the discounts. So that was actually telling us that price wants to go higher and all that, just that I wasn't getting the memo then. So even if you used this range right here, this range would have made it more clearer, right? That this was all price has already mitigated the discount price. And then the target should be the offside, right? I don't want to make predictions in this video, so well, is what it is. So since price has already tagged this point, so since price has already tagged this point, so the next objective should be this uh this basal liquidity. It should be the next objective. So going back to our main discussion. So price has already taken out this high, sorry, this low. And then we have this high, we have this low. And then we had a break. Sorry, we had a body closure. So we had a body closure from this point. Let me just use this thing. So we had a body closure, right? So once price did closed from this point, because this is not okay. We had a fair value gap here, true, truly. Uh, yeah, we had a fair value gap here, truly. Well, yeah, it was shallow. So I guess we're going to be working towards level gap that tends to hold or just because when you take a look at it, you notice that this was just liquidity based on what actually occurred. This was actually liquidity since I think the fair value gap should at least break structure, maybe that kind of a thing. Like let's say that price closed at this point. We had a closure, and then they said that we had a favor gap at this point, and then price eventually tagged it. This opposing candle. You can use opposing candle, but they said that price actually tagged it. That would have made some sense in a way. But it's maybe it's just a day that we tend to hit our own losses and all that. Because if you take a look at this point here, you had a favor lookup, but it was respected, right? Price tagged it, and then market opened, created it low. No, market opened, okay, yeah, whatever. Market opened, created a high, and then the low, and then closed above it, and then price pushed higher from this point and to this point as well. Now that so maybe that what I was actually expecting was price to use this low to push lower and all that. So, so that was actually what I was expecting to use it to push lower and all that, but that wasn't the case. Price was just pushing higher because if you look at this point here, if you look at this point here, market opened, right? So when the market opened, market first of all reach out to the sell side liquidities. So which was residing from this daily low and then this daily low. So you had like two daily low that was like taken out in one day already. So I think it was enough for price to reverse from that kind of a thing. And after that price was then targeting this VASA liquidity after taking out this SR liquidity. So it was actually enough. I'm just talking about Friday, Friday's price action, right? So that was basically enough for price to use to push higher and all that. And then dropping on a forward time frame. So this was the low. And then what we saw as a reversal wasn't actually a reversal. Number one is that price didn't close below. Price didn't close below. So then we had another swing formation, which was here. Right here. So price opened to got this low, then started pushing higher to this basal liquidity. The daily basal liquidity. So it was in this range. This range. It was in this range that market was after taking out this low, this high and this low. So market was operating with this range. So taking out this low, then your target should be the Barca liquidity. So we also had something like this. After 9:30, yeah, this was 9:30. During 9:30 New York time, price did something. If you paid attention to maybe US 30, you notice that US 30 was lagging. US 30 was lagging. Like during 9:30, uh, Nasdaq showed its rejection towards the upside, rejecting the low, another forming another block, a CSD, another all these confirmations, but US 30 was actually lagging. So during 9:30, Nasdaq did its own, and then well, it failed to give out maybe a confirmation failed to give out a confirmation in a way to for people to maybe who that wants to get on site to get on site with a move and all that. But because we had this stuff here, we also had this stuff here. So logically, logically, my SL would have been here. My limit thought I would have been at this point, I've been that price will maybe uh return to it and all that. But even though if I drop on a 5 minutes time frame, okay, on a 5 minutes time frame, we had this, we had this supporting the movement upwards. So if you add the limit order here, and then to this point, and then targeting the other side. Um, so yeah, it could have been a trade, right? So even though we missed this point, price didn't retrace to this point, this fair value gap, and this fair value gap, we would have gotten a nice entry. Or let's say you trade next candle entry. So after we had this V-shape formation, and then we would have entered from the next candle, targeting this point right here. So that's basically it for NASDAQ, the ultra stuff that transpired. So then going to US states, I also had this setup, this setup in US states, but I never got to take this sell because during 9:30, NASDAQ during 9:30, NASDAQ started moving downwards, upwards, sorry. But during 9:30 for US 30, US 30 was still trying to clear out its own liquidity. So NASDAQ, first of all, had that its own liquidity. So NASDAQ was faster. So after clearing out this liquidity, I knew that US 30 will definitely do the same thing as NASDAQ actually did because during 9:30 open, NASDAQ has already cleared had a sweep and all that. So 9:30 just propelled the movement upwards and all that. So as 9:30 was 9:30 market open, so the market just pushed higher without any retracement and all that. So because even the retracement wasn't even shallow, if you take a look at NASDAQ, yeah. So this is 15 minutes time frame. So if you move down on that 5 minutes time frame, you notice that there wasn't any retracement. Even the retracement that actually occurred was even shallow right here. So everything has already been done in that 9:30 before 9:30 because this was it. This was that sweep you want to see. And then we had that manipulation and this, everything has already occurred before 9:30. So since it has occurred before 9:30, you don't expect 9:30 to lag again. You just have to move up and all that. So that's basically how it works. So then, well, for US 30, US 30 was still lagging in a way. We had this stuff, price had this sweep, and then he had another double sweep again. So this was actually when I used Nasdaq as my own indicator. So I had to enter on this next candle. So the entry was actually next candle entry. So then I was targeting this Barca liquidity. And there's Barca liquidity residing on this place. Yeah, this line here. So that was actually my target. I don't know why. Okay, the trade didn't even last like I don't think that the trade was up to uh, 15 minutes because we had this 9:55 and then 10 o'clock, just 10 o'clock, and just then pushed it up to this point. But that wasn't my target. This was just my target. This side here. So this side was my target. So that's basically it for the Friday straight. So we had this 9:30 of one, and then started dropping lower. Let me delete this thing. Yeah, so it was actually a smooth transaction. That's that.